We had a big argument about whether it's appropriate to say that this movie is a little kinky.
Yeah, okay. One, I would not say we had a big argument. We had a discussion. I believe that kinky is something else than you do. Your version of what kinky is more mainstream. Your tolerance of kinky is smaller than mine is, and mine is more, bigger.
That's
and therefore,
funny. She doesn't know me very well after all these years.
Well,
I have a very, very high tolerance for weirdness, but in this movie,
not what I meant.
it's just a little bit
yeah.
fun stuff.
I think it's sexy fun. I still don't perceive somebody cracking eggs and pouring them over in this particular context something kinky. I just don't. Just dropping an egg over somebody and watching it like drip down
At 240 frames per second.
I think is just sort of arty. It's arty.
It's art. By the way, there is a red dot on your viewfinder, right?
A tree that loses all its leaves is nude. Then there's naked. He pushes her in a direction of what one would call naked. Naked is that you feel exposed. He's not only making her be physically naked, it's so psychologically challenging, he makes her emotionally naked as well. He hands her common objects and
Like
then
a pool ball?
like a pool ball,
Yes.
and asks her to consider it's something else. And then he asks her to physically push herself to her limits.
What effect does that have on her then?
It's transformative. Her identity was always based on what she was trying to run away from. The challenge of confronting her beauty, her body, her mind, allows her to become more of herself that she never even knew that who she was. And her whole master's thesis is on the transcendental.
Transcendentalism.
Yes, exactly.
The love lives of the transcendentalists.
Exactly. It's about intimacy and love. But how does she find out about their love lives? By looking at their work. She tries to find stuff out about them personally, but she can't.
Because they're hiding.
That's right.
And she feels like she's been hiding.
Exactly. She is. That's why she picked this topic.
I get it. Wow, you'd think you wrote this. Is it still going though?
Oh, yeah. But,
Braun recognizes Sophie's potential to transform in front of his camera and within herself. And he gives her this opportunity.
Actually, I think I disagree with you.
Okay.
I think he has no idea what's going to happen. I think you're giving him credit for a little bit more of that connectivity, causational connectivity than he actually has going on. You have to remember there's parts of him that psychically don't work because the part that recognizes music and the part that helps him act like a normal person in society is kind of like abused or bruised or something. Sometimes he can be very direct. Mm-hmm. I think they're sitting there in the noodle shop and he says, I wonder if you would ever consider posing naked in front of a camera. And everybody laughs because it's such a ridiculous idea. And then 30 seconds later, she says, yeah, I'll do it. Now, there's something that makes, I think she's surprising even herself then, right?
She didn't know she was going to say yes until she said yes.
She's looking for something. I wouldn't go so far as to say that Braun is offering her the opportunity of transformation. By default, that is what happens, obviously. But I don't think that's what he means to have happen. I think he's being controlled by his aesthetic impulses.
I don't believe that's completely true. But then again, I study art history, and what art historians believe is that an artist has a very particular idea in mind when they make something. When an artist chooses a subject, they intuit something more than just the physicality of she's a pretty face.
I'm glad you said intuit.